Hello everyone, and welcome to this demo on using the HP Omnicept with Unity. My name is Brendan, and I am a graduate research assistant with the Office of the Vice President of Research and Systems Engineering Center for Immersive Scholarship. This demo assumes that you are familiar with the Unity game engine and that you have a basic understanding of scripting in Unity. If you're not familiar with these topics, please see our recommended tutorials on these items. To begin, you will need to make sure you download the latest HP Omnicept SDK and install it on your computer. I have already done this, so I will not be going through these steps here. Additionally, you will need to make an HP developer account. Once you have created an account, you will need to go to the HP Omnicept Developers Console. From here, after you've set up an organization, you will go to Applications, and then click Create. You will then fill out all of this information, and that will create the application for you. Once you have created the application, you will click on it, and you will be able to find your access keys as well as your client ID. You'll want to keep both of these secret as they are tied to your account and used for proper licensing. Once you have downloaded and installed the SDK, as well as set up a developer account and an application for your project, open up Unity. You can either open up an existing project and add the SDK to it, or you can start from scratch. Once you have opened Unity, you'll need to import the package. To do this, go to Assets, Import Package, and select Custom Package. From here, you'll need to navigate to the C drive, Program Files, HP Omnicept SDK, choose whatever the most recent version you have is, Unity, and inside that folder you'll find the glia.unity package. Select that and click Open, and this will pop up with the standard Unity package importer window. Make sure that all is selected and click Import. Once that has been imported, you can go to Project and see Glia as well with all the different prefabs. Before we can use this though, we will need to configure our license key. To do so, click on HP Omnicept and select Configure. This window should pop up, and you will need to enter your client ID as well as your access key. Again, you'll want to keep these secret. Once you have entered both of those, click OK. And that should save all of that configuration information for you. Next, in the Assets folder, find the HP Glia prefab. Click and drag to add that to the scene. With that selected in the inspector, we can take a look at what's going on behind the scenes. Here we have a pretty typical transform, but we also have this Glia behavior script. This script is responsible for gathering all of the information from the HP Omnicept headset or simulator. We can either use the on heart rate, on PPG event, on vsync, or any of these on functions to add functionality and read in information, or we can develop a script to gather it for ourselves. We'll go ahead and create a new script. So right click, create C# script, and I'm going to call this sensor reader, and I will double click to open it. In order to use the HP Omnicept functionality, we'll need to add a using statement. Using hp.omnicept.unity. This will import all of the functions and methods and classes that we have for the HP Omnicept package. In order to talk to the HP Omnicept, we'll need to grab a reference to that HP Glia prefab that we had, and specifically we'll want to grab a reference to the Glia behavior. So in this case, we'll need to type in private Glia behavior, and I'm going to name this Glia. And for now, I'm going to hold off on adding any type of reference. We will handle that in the start method. Under start, then, we'll want to assign the Glia object, so we will type Glia is equal to get component glia behavior. This will search our scene for the glia behavior component that we've added and assign that to the glia variable here. Now we can use that glia variable to actually gather the information that we want. So in this case, if I wanted the heart rate, I can type var heart rate and set that equal to glia.get last heart rate. What this will do is return the last heart rate value as a heart rate object. From there, we can then use that reference to the heart rate to affect some type of functionality in our game. In this case, I'm going to just print it on the log. So debug.log heart rate. So now every frame it will just print the current heart rate. I'll go ahead and save that script, and then back in Unity we'll need to make sure that we attach it to some game object. I'm going to choose to attach it to the HP Glia object, just that way everything's together. So we'll choose the sensor reader script. Then from here we'll need to either plug in the HP Omnicept headset, or we can use the Omnicept simulator for testing purposes. So along with the SDK install, you should have an HP Omnicept simulator. If you open up that application, it should look something like this, where we can adjust values. So in this case, I can set the heart rate, the simulated heart rate, and you can send and stop sending information. So in this case, if I hit run and open up the console, you'll see null currently, since we are not currently sending information. But if I hit send, you'll see heart rate equals 106, which is what it currently is set to. And I can adjust that down to 76, back up to 104, and you see that this is printing out every single frame. I'll go ahead and stop running. So that covers it for the basics of how to connect and use the HP Omnicept. We will be producing future videos that go over more detail on how to use this information afterwards, such as writing to a file or affecting game objects.